Hey everyone. Okay, so, nobody's given me any more topics to talk about, so I thought I'd talk about something I know. Fair enough, I guess. So, today, I am going to talk about singing. I know. Big surprise. But, this is more for young singers who are coming up, and I thought I'd give you a little bit of advice, because I didn't have much when I got into this. And it's very different. It's a very different business than, say, instrumental music. So first of all, I want to talk about your voice. Now, especially if you're going to become an opera singer, your voice, you can't push it. Don't try and sound like Deborah Voigt, big-ass Helgen soprano voice. You're a kid in the operatic business until you're 30, basically. Your voice doesn't fully mature until you're 30, and you don't know what voice type you have until you're about 20, 25. And your voice might still change. And on that topic, voice types, don't corner yourself. Don't say, I am this. Because, like I said, until you're in your 20s, you really don't know what voice type you have. And if you show a gift early on, some teachers will want to say, oh, you're a coloratura, you're a mezzo, you're dramatic, you're lyric, whatever, blah. I know half of you may not even understand half that terminology. Don't worry about it. You are. Know what your range is, know what your capabilities are, sing what repertoire is good for you. On the note of repertoire, sing light. Never sing huge arias. I would say stick with art songs for the first few years. Maybe do some Mozart arias, something light. Anything before Mozart is pretty good. Classical period, earlier. Baroque is wonderful for a young voice. Do things for your voice that feel easier-ish. Like, not too easy. Try something that's a little challenging, but not impossible. Teachers. Choice of teacher. Big, huge thing. If you're going to find a teacher, kind of, I don't know if I want to say shopping for a teacher. Talk to people, look at other students that these people have taught. Have a trial lesson with them. Bring in a song that you know, try and bring in sheet music so that, it's easier. And don't just get a coach, because if you're just starting off, you need a teacher. See, the difference between a teacher and a coach is that a teacher teaches you technique, and when you're just starting to sing, you need all the technique you can get. For the first year or two, you may not even blow through that many pieces. If you get a teacher who's willing to teach you mostly technique for the first year or so, that is good. My last teacher, when she was in college, for the first year or two, with her college professor, she did no arias, no songs, just technique. So, do what is healthy for you. Another thing, never do anything that hurts. At least not here. If anything hurts here, you better stop. Otherwise, you will get nodes, which are little bumps on your vocal cords that keep them from going together the way they're supposed to. Or you could get so many other terrible things that you don't want if you want to make a career out of being a singer. Now, if it hurts in your abs, that's good. If it hurts in your head, like if you're getting a little lightheaded from singing, that's not necessarily a bad thing. That means you're supporting. That's good. So, yeah, if anything hurts in your throat, if you start to feel like you have a sore throat, if your voice gets raspy, stop. ask your teacher, maybe even go to see an ENT. And for those of you who don't know what an ENT is, that's an ear, nose, and throat doctor. He might shove a camera up your nose or something, but he knows what he's doing. So if you want to go get a checkup to see what your healthy vocal cords are like, that's a good thing. Just go in, let them know that you're a singer, that you're looking toward a career in singing, and he'll go from there and he'll help you. He might have you sing a little bit with the camera, and you get to watch your vocal cords. It's so cool. If you're going to go into any performing art, don't be an ass. I know that sounds so weird and out there and totally unrelated to singing. It's not. You will build up a reputation because know that the music industry is about that big. Everybody knows everybody else. And if they don't know somebody else, they know somebody who knows that person. So it is such a small world. If you piss off one person, they could destroy your whole career. And you don't want that. Believe me, you don't want that. So be as easy to work with as possible. Don't let your parents be overbearing and, make them give you space, especially if you're going into stage. Don't let them come backstage with you. If you have a rehearsal, have them go out for coffee. Don't let them sit outside, reading a book like they're babysitting you, okay? If you're 4, maybe. Once you get into, the upper elementary school grades, junior high, high school, they can afford to leave you alone. Unless you have some sort of creepy pedophile teacher, in which case you shouldn't be taking lessons with them. Got it? Another thing with choosing teachers. It is always a good thing to have a teacher who is a current singer. That is, that they are performing and that they are active. Because if you get a teacher who isn't singing currently, sometimes they forget what it feels like. And if you have a female teacher who's post-menopause, menopause does some really weird things to your vocal cords. It makes them thick and the hormones do funny things. So if your teacher is older or they're retired, I'm not saying that it's bad, but it may not be as good as having an active singer for a teacher. Because they know what it's like to do several shows a week, to be singing all sorts of different gigs, and they can help you to handle that. So try and find a teacher who's actively singing. Also, find a teacher who you agree with. If something raises major red flags in your head, it's probably not good. So make sure that you have a teacher that you can discuss things with, and that you're not afraid to ask questions. Ask as many questions as you have to. If you don't understand something, ask a question. Really. Even if you think you might get it, just clarify. It's always good, because you've got to remember that these are not like an instrument. You can't replace them. You can't go out to a music store and go, hey, I want that set of vocal cords. I think I want to be a coloratura now. No. You have 2 tiny pieces of flesh going inside. And that is the only set of vocal cords you're ever going to have. So don't mess it up.